Good morning, Claxton students, staff, and families. Today is Tuesday, January 12th, and today is the 91st day of school. Today is National Pharmacist Day. Did you know that Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, and ginger ale were all invented by pharmacists? That's my kind of medicine. The weather today is partly cloudy with a high of 45 degrees. Let's check in on our Hive B days, and together we read Tuesdays. We'll also do another wig session at the end of the announcement, so stay tuned.
Hey, Claxton leaders! Welcome to our kitchen!
We might have to start some sort of cooking show, I think. So we are still baking our cupcakes, and today we are celebrating the birthday of Kinsey. Hey, don't eat the cupcakes yet. Kinsey, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kinsey. Happy birthday to you. We are going to pop these in the oven. Bye.
Good morning, Claxton, and welcome to Together We Read Tuesdays. I'm your librarian, Miss Brown, and this week we are talking with Leader and me of thinking win-win, and specifically bucket filling. What in the world is she talking about? Some of you are probably thinking, filling buckets, what? But some of you might know that what bucket filling is, when you fill someone's bucket, you are doing something to help someone else, right? Maybe you are giving a kind word to someone. Maybe you are sharing. Maybe you are asking someone to play or to join you, right? So it's when we show others matter. Those are all examples of filling other people's buckets. And so last week I promised you a best of list. And I decided to not only make a best of list, but one that highlights characters who show us that other people matter and authors that encourage us to fill buckets. So here we go. I Am Every Good Thing by Derek Barnes. This book is on every best of list for books of 2020, and there's a good reason for it. So let's talk about Derek Barnes for a minute. I'm a huge Derek Barnes fan. You know that he was supposed to come in April of last year. Hopefully we'll get him to visit again. He does everything. He does picture books and chapter books and nonfiction books, Crown, Who Got Game, Baseball, Amazing but True Stories, Ruby and the Booker Boys, and they're all superb. This book is Mr. Barnes filling buckets. Let me give you some examples. I am good to the core, like the center of a cinnamon roll. Yeah, that good. I am that smile forming on your face right now. And without a shadow of a doubt, I am worthy to be loved. This is I Am Every Good Thing by Derek Barnes. You Matter by Christian Robinson. I did a spot earlier in the year on Christian Robinson, so you might remember that. You want to read everything he does. I am not messing around. All of it. Here is a quote from this book. If you fall down, if you have to start all over again, even if you're really gassy, you matter. Dictionary for a Better World. This is a book of poetry by Irene Latham and Charles Waters. And for those of you that were at Claxton a few years ago, you might remember when Charles Waters visited us and he read from his book of poetry that the two of them had done together called Can I Touch Your Hair? Okay, this book. Names of some of the poems are acceptance, ally, belonging, compassion, courage, create, etc. And there is a try it section, like after every poem, where they encourage the reader to take action, like reach out to someone today. No matter our differences, we all have more in common than not. Smile at someone new today. Make them feel welcome, important, and valuable. Fill in buckets. Okay, here are some chapter books and graphic novels that can be bucket fillers in different ways. Some because you'll read them and you'll love them and they'll fill up your own bucket because they're fun to read. And some because the characters in them are, show their loyalties to their friends and to themselves, which is also extremely important. So here we go. Ways to Make Sunshine by Renee Watson on all of the best of lists for 2020. King and the Dragonflies by Kaysen Callender. Kaysen Callender also did Hurricane Child a couple of years ago. I don't know if you read that. Whew, it's so good. Ghost Squad by Claribel Ortega. Ooh, I can't wait to take that one out of the box. It just got here. Twins by Varian Johnson. This is a graphic novel. And another graphic novel, Class Act by Jerry Craft. This is the follow-up to the Newbery Medal winning New Kid from last year that I know that a lot of you guys have read. So book number 2 here in the library. Okay, that was hard. I could sit here for another 2 hours and tell you about all of the awesome books that came out in 2020, but I have like 4 minutes. I'd love to know, what was your favorite book that you read last year, right? I just told you all of mine, but it's really important to know what your favorite books are. So tell me, hop onto my webpage. That is the library page of the CLX Specialist website. You can find it on our Claxton webpage. It's under academics. And add to my Flipgrid. Tell me what your favorites were last year, okay? Important stuff. Also on that webpage, you will find more information on all of the books that I just talked about. So head on over. Happy bucket filling, my friends. Have a great day.
All right, Claxton leaders, I'm ready to laugh. Abby E has another 2 jokes for us. What do you call a dinosaur with a good vocabulary? A thesaurus. That's a good one. Why do seagulls fly over the sea? Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be bagels. We also have a video joke from Molly.
Hi, my name is Molly, and I have a joke for you. What is a witch that lives in the sand? A sandwich. Ding!
Okay, I'm ready for some golden tickets. William N. would like to give a golden ticket to Miss Baggerly for trying her hardest for our class to make new friends. I think it's awesome that she wants us to be united and that she's trying. And I would also like to give a golden ticket to Miss Nava Eggett for helping people be responsible with Google Chat and Meet. Way to go. Eva B. would like to give one to my whole class because they are great in breakout rooms. And Miss Hillier would like to give a golden ticket to Gus and Juniper for being leaders in their efforts in the beloved Asheville project. Next, we have our WIG goal setting video for the week. Hey Claxton leaders, I'm excited to check back in with you about our WIG lesson from last week. This week, you're going to have some visitors in your morning meeting, and they're going to be checking in with you to see if you've come up with a wildly important goal. This brings me to what I want to talk with you about today. Last week, we talked about setting our wildly important goals, and that in order to be a good leader, we need to figure out what's important to us and learn how to set goals so that we can grow or learn and improve in an area that's important to us. I shared my WIG with you about exercise, remember? There's more to WIGs than just setting goals, though. We need to figure out how to climb that WIG mountain. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the 4 disciplines. Here's a picture of an image we use a lot at Claxton about the 4 disciplines. It looks like we've already done the first one, which is focused on the wildly important. We can be proactive and begin with the end in mind when we set goals that are important to us. Our next step is to identify lead measures, and this is just fancy talk for figuring out what we need to do to reach our goal. In my example that I sent home to you at winter break, I gave 3 examples of things that I can do to set myself up for success. You don't have to have 3, I just wanted to give you a good example. First, I plan to set my exercise clothes out the night before. Doing it the day of is way too hectic and I'll forget. Next, I want to plan at the beginning of the week when I'm going to exercise. I'll write it on my calendar. Not choosing when to work on my goal will mean that I might forget or get busy doing something else. Finally, I'm going to walk in my neighborhood. This is an easy way for me to get fresh air and get exercise. It's right outside my front door. Do you see how I added these fun little symbols to my lead measures or my action steps? I did that because on my calendar up here, I can use those symbols to track when I actually do these things I said that I would do. It's an easy way to see all of my effort toward reaching my goal. So that's the third of the 4 disciplines, keeping a scoreboard. The scoreboard helps me keep track of all the things I'm doing to reach my goal. It helps me stay motivated to continue to work hard. In my example to you, I filled out my scoreboard as if January was over. I haven't really done all of these things yet. I just wanted to show you an example. Can you imagine if I get to the end of January and I see all of this work that I put into reaching my goal and I meet it? Wow, it would really teach me a lesson about how hard work and effort can help me achieve my goals. So let's review. First, we focus on the wildly important. We talked about that last week. Then we figure out our lead measures. What are the actions we're going to take to reach our goal? And the last is, what is our scoreboard going to look like? I gave you an example, or you can create your own. And next week, we're going to talk about how we can keep each other accountable, which is the last of the 4 disciplines. We'll be checking in with you, Claxton leaders. I want to remind you to be proactive, begin with the end in mind, and put first things first. I can't wait to hear how you're progressing towards your goals. See you later. Claxton leaders, you'll have a guest teacher popping into your morning meeting one time this week to check in with your class on your WIGs. So be ready to share. I hope you all have a totally awesome Tuesday, Claxton leaders. Now it's time for the Claxton Pledge. At Claxton Elementary, I am a leader. I pledge to live the habits, value the arts, and celebrate our hive's diversity. I work hard to learn new things and always give my best effort. I show respect to others and choose to be a leader in my community. I am attentive, responsible, thoughtful, and safe. I am a proud and dependable Claxton Bee, even when no one is watching me. Remember, you and your family can send in jokes and golden tickets and shout outs to our email account, and we'll include them in the announcements as soon as we can. The email account that you should email these to is clxannouncements@acsgmail.net. You can also submit to the CLX announcements by filling out the Google form on our remote learning website.